Discord! Now I get it!
Gee, it only took you 5 hours. There's a new breed of chaos in Friendship is Magic number 47. When Discord leaves a lingering portal after returning from his dimension with Fluttershy, Pinkie wanders in before it can close, and that can only lead to trouble. When I read the preview summary of this arc, I didn't really go in with any expectations other than average. Pinkie's gonna get lost, her friends have to find her, there'll probably be some dangerous creature to fight at the end. Basically a Lost in the Woods story with chaotic magic thrown in. But as the story went on and I started to see where it was going, I became more invested. Here's why. I've said before that Pinkie Pie is at her best when she's either pitted against characters or forces that are just as obnoxious as she is, or when the story uses her less likable traits as strengths rather than defaulting to her just being used for gags and in-jokes. And this comic does both. Hell, the premise is tailor-made for her. Pinkie is an off-the-wall character that goes with the flow more often than not, so Discord's dimension, while it did take some getting used to, was a natural fit for her. It was a place that was every bit as random as she was, so it fit her well. Almost too well, in fact. She's basically the only pony they could have done this kind of story with. Throw someone like Twilight or Applejack into Discord's dimension, and they most likely either go crazy or die. The comic does a good job at going back and forth between Pinkie and Discord. As Pinkie gets more used to the Chaos dimension, Discord gradually loses control of his powers, and by the time they have their final confrontation, the scales have literally been tipped in Pinkie's favor. And yes, that is Pinkie as an alicorn fighting Discord. Forget a royal problem. This is fan service done right, because this new form is actually tied to the character and their arc instead of being a projection of someone else's fears of what that character can become. Really, my only negative criticism is that we could have seen at least a glimpse of Pinkie getting corrupted before the reveal in Act 3. Each time the story cuts to Pinkie, we see the progression towards what she ends up becoming towards the end. First, she's scared of the chaos, then she embraces it, and finally, she's consumed by it. It would have helped to have a step between her embrace and her corruption. For example, when Discord mentions Pinkie possibly being right at home because of her naturally chaotic personality, have that line intercut with a shot of Pinkie beginning to obsess over her new power. Hell, she was already being shown in the background of that scene, so it was doable. Little touches like that can help the reveal not feel like such a jump from what we last saw of Pinkie. But if that's really the worst thing I have to say about this comic, I can live with that. These are the kinds of stories I want out of Pinkie Pie. Stories that don't rest on using her zany personality for gags and nothing else. It's why I keep bringing up Friends Forever 7 and 34 because they don't do that. And the more stories we get like this, the better.
See? I knew you wouldn't like it. You never give Pinkie Pie a break. Wait, did you just say you liked the comic?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I'll just be quiet then.
That would be nice, thank you. Friendship is Magic number 57 was a very pleasant surprise. Up until now, the main series one-shots have ranged from okay to terrible, but now we finally have one that I can confidently say is a great read, and one that I would recommend. I can actually look forward to a one-shot now. Who knew? Next month, Twilight and Fluttershy go on a quest to find a rare plant, so we'll see how that adventure goes. So what did you think of Friendship is Magic number 57? Swarm that comment section below or bug me on social media, and consider supporting me through Patreon or PayPal art commissions. Until next time, keep it sketchy, folks.